Okay, properties of quadratics. This is called vertex form. Okay, you should be very familiar with vertex form because we know about our transformations, right? Right here, if it's +2, it's to the left 2. If it's -3, it's down 3. And that 2 is going to make it stretch vertically, right? -3 is going to go to the right 3, +1 is going to go up 1. Okay. And right here it says that H, that determines your axis of symmetry, where you can cut the graph in half. Okay. And this last number here, that's where your Y value is for your vertex. So this one right here, it says A is positive, so the graph, it opens up. It's like a U. Okay, so the number in front of this x squared is a 1. It's a positive 1, so it's a U. Looks like this. Okay, if it were a -1, then it would be upside down. This one says, look at A. Is there a max or a min? So again, you know that this is going to look like this because there's no negative here. If that was -2, it'd be upside down. Okay, so it does look like this. So is there a max or a min? There's a minimum value. Okay, but there's no max because it keeps on going forever here and here. Okay, let's look at another one first before we do all the other stuff. So right here, if we look at this number, that's 2. So that's +2. So that's really to the left 2. So that's x equals -2. That's my axis of symmetry. Okay. And if you're trying to find the vertex, that's -2, -3. Okay. So that graph, when I draw my graph, -2, -3 is that point right there. And my axis of symmetry right here cuts it in half, -2, -3. This one right here would be right 3, up 1. So 3, 1. Okay, so that's my vertex. So when I graph my U shape, 3, 1 is that minimum point, and x equals 3 is my axis of symmetry. If you look at this graph right here, if I'm going to graph this one, there's no x. So that's really -2x squared plus 0x minus 4. Okay, so the -b over 2a that you've done before, that's going to be 0. So it's 0, -4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's my vertex right there. Is there a max or a min? It's -2, so that that graph's going to look like this, right? -2 is so that there's a maximum point. 0, -4. It's a max. 0, -4. And then if we're talking about domain and range, domain's all real numbers, right? It goes on forever in both directions for x. So domain is -infinity to infinity. But the range does stop. The range stops at -4. So -4 is the biggest number, and it goes to -infinity. That's the range. Okay, just some properties about quadratics. So why don't we, for classwork, you're going to have to look at these problems right here. I think just like the first few, if you can show me that you can do the first few, that would be fine. Graph those and describe the axis of symmetry and maybe find some other things, max and min, domain and range, etc. Thanks.